Hello folks, Everchanger here, and welcome back to more Pokemon Liquid Crystal. In the last episode, we made our way here deep in the mountains to this evil lair of Team Nexus. And this time, I think we shouldn't waste any time, and let's go right on in and see if we can put a stop to their plans. Oh, it's like a password or something? It's a digital panel that controls the door. There's no buttons or anything. Upon looking closer, it says, enter the passcode using the floor buttons. Well, I do not believe we have encountered any passcode. Ooh. Hey, you, get over here and fight me. I hope this is what we're supposed to do, because we have not encountered a passcode of any kind, so unfortunately it looks like we're gonna have to do this frivolous fight. And we might not even get any reward out of it, which is a little bit unfortunate. I'm hoping recording this episode doesn't take too terribly long, because I'll be perfectly honest, I'm recording it the day it goes up because I was kind of lazy this weekend because my spring break started, but I really would like to get ahead on the videos for Liquid Crystal, potentially even finish it. So hopefully I can swallow that urge to vacation and wrap things up here, because we're on episode 90. I think it's probably about time we got this show on the road. And I haven't recorded this in about 8 days, so it might be a little bit rusty. Alrighty. Man, this Crawdaunt. What I have been doing, however, is I've been recording a lot of Minecraft recently, so if anyone's into that, I hope you're enjoying it. And Guillotine connects. That's a little bit disappointing. It's a one-hit KO. Yes, indeed it is. Alrighty, Pidgeot? I'm noticing we're in a little bit of a bad way because I didn't heal in between the last episode and this one, and we're actually pretty hurting at the moment. So hopefully this fight is what we need to do to progress, otherwise I'm going to have to cut away and run back to some older areas and hopefully figure out what it is we're actually supposed to do, because Orange Islands is a completely new story, so I don't actually know. Alright, hopefully we can get the priority on this thing and get a one-shot off. I'm really banking on that. Come on, can we do it? Yes! Whew, that was close. Up next is Scizor. Definitely know who we're bringing out for that. Arcanine! Alrighty. So I guess while we're doing this fight, and whatever we are doing after this fight, I can talk about the fact that I finally did the Anjou and Cafe side quest in Majora's Mask. Now, I'm not going to spoil it for anyone who hasn't played it yet, but I have to say it's probably one of the most intricate and frankly amazing side quests in the Zelda series that I've encountered. It's so cool how it incorporates so many people, and there's so many optional behind-the-scenes things that you can only see if you're in certain places and certain times, and it has a very cool feel to it, and I feel like it sort of captures that Groundhog Day type feeling that Majora's Mask is trying to grasp when you're playing it. I feel like it captures that probably the best out of any side quest that I've done in the game so far, so anyone who hasn't done it yet, go do it, because it's very cool and very awesome. It makes you feel really accomplished when you beat it, that's for sure. Alright, down goes Sharpedo, and I believe it's his last Pokemon. Yep, down he goes. What the... If you want to get inside, then here's a clue. One of the numbers is sort of low. Now scram. I really hope we don't have to keep fighting this guy in order to obtain the numbers in order to get in here. So I think just to double check, because this would be a very large time investment if we do, I'm gonna go cut away here and figure out exactly what it is we need to do right here, just so I'm not wasting my time. I will be right back. Okay, so I just beat another Nexus grunt by entering an incorrect password. Agron Tyranitar Wheezing, in case you're curious. Let's see if he has any information for us. Ah. Grr. Trying to guess the passcode to get inside? Good luck, you'll have to find us all first before you have a chance. Okay, so I actually looked things up, and as far as I know, that is supposed to be interpreted as it is the number of all of the Nexus grunts on the island. I am not going to be counting all of these, but I have found out that the code is 5 1. Passcode entered correctly. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to figure it out, but hint hunting I don't think is what we're intended to do here, and I think that that hint was intended to mean all the number of grunts on the island. And I'm pretty sure 51 is it. So without further ado, I'm going to cut away again, actually, because I am really hurting from that fight. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, now that we're back in action, I think we can do nothing else but press onward. Oh, please let it be over soon. Oh man. Okay, I'm just going to operate under the assumption that everyone here wants to fight me, so I'm going to try and avoid as many trainers as I possibly can. Oh no, not more of these. Yes, more of these. Ooh boy, this is going to be fun. We all remember these, don't we? Ooh, okay. Sneak past that guy. Zinc. Okay, we can work with that. I'm assuming this is around about near the end of the invasion for us. At least I'm hoping it is, because I'm a little bit tired of the whole no XP thing. It really just stretches things out way longer than they need to be. Nexus Elite. Okay. So it looks like we might have some serious guys to be fighting right here, so hopefully we're getting near the end. I'm pretty sure this recording's about 25 minutes now, even though we're only about 10-ish minutes into the episode because of all of the research I've already had to do. So hopefully we'll be able to get through these guys with little issue, because I really want to get to the next gym fight and get rid of this whole no experience gimmick, because don't want to seem like I'm wailing on the game and not enjoying myself, because I am still having fun. It's just, this is kind of stupid, to be honest. Another thing that's stupid is the turn order with like sandstorms and stuff in Generation 3. You've been knocked out, would you like to switch? Yes. Switch in. Oh look, you just got hit with the sandstorm damage, now you're dead. Now switch again. Like seriously. Like, this is why they changed it in Generation 4. Taking the sandstorm again. Alright, Tyranitar, come on, go down. Yes, there we go. Man, these guys are pushing, like, almost to 90 at this point. This is kind of terrifying, to be honest. I'm really hoping that we'll be able to get experience again soon, because we're actually getting a little bit under-leveled. 87, like, look at that, that's crazy. I don't know if the hacker intended for you to be around the 87 mark at this point, but this is pretty absurd. I'm just glad I have a capable team, because if I didn't, this part of the game would be utterly brutal. Alright, Gyarados. Let's see what Sparkle do to you. Quad weakness? Ooh, they actually didn't do much. One more should take care of it, though, I hope. Alright, come on. Sit through the sandstorm animation for the umpteenth time today. And this should bring down Gyarados, no problem. Yes, it does, very good. Couldn't we have had that critical a turn ago? I mean, really? How could this be? Alright, I really, really, really don't want to fight any son of a... Ugh. Like, that's the thing, I don't want to fight anyone because they're completely pointless, and every time you accidentally get into a fight with someone, it turns into, like, a 7-minute time investment. Like, this is ridiculous. Oh my word. I hope you people understand where I'm coming from here, because, honestly, like, they're just wasting our time. Watch, I'm gonna be, yep, poisoned, and there's only like a 20% chance of that happening. Okay. I really, really hope that this section of the game is going to be over soon, because I'm quite tired of it. Down goes Nidoking. What's up next? Muck. Okay, we're definitely switching over to Alakazam for this one. Alright, blast it with a Psychic. I really hope this brings it down in one turn. Ah, come on. Watch, this is gonna poison too. Yep, it does. This game, man. Like, the hack's good. It's really good. It's just this part is not good. This part is quite frankly ridiculous. Alright, come on. Please go down from this. You know what? I wasn't gonna do it, but I think it's probably time that I sort of concede to this. I don't think anyone is enjoying watching these fights. I'm definitely not enjoying doing them. So I think from now on, I am going to be cutting out these fights because they're utterly pointless. So I think without further ado, I'll meet you guys at the end of this fight, because I'm a bit at the end of my rope and we have been fighting these guys with no reward for like 4 episodes now, so I will be right back. You know, I'm realizing something. These fights are even more pointless because even though we are getting money, we are spending our money on healing items faster than we are getting it. Seriously, and I have to fight another guy. Come on, turn away, turn away, turn away. Yes. Okay, good. Where does this take us? Back to the beginning. Very good. Or not. Don't turn to me. Ah! BRB. Yikes. These guys. And they're not easy either, so... Repel's effect wears off, although I doubt it takes any effect in here. Oh look, Double Team, the cheapest move in the game. How fitting. Alright, I really hope we're getting near the end here. Just sneak by this guy. Grab this. Max Potion. Ooh yes, that could actually be very useful considering how much damage these guys do. It's not even worth fighting them, really. It's just... Oh wow, we're actually back in the Crystal Caves. Okay, so, let's throw up a Repel here. And I think we're going to continue to cut these fights because they're a waste of time, so be right back. Alrighty, pressing on here. Looks like we finally have some sort of confrontation. I am going to heal, and I will be right back. Alright, without further ado, let's step forth. Well, if it isn't that meddler from the lighthouse. You didn't heed my warning, eh? Quite the trouble you are, you know that? Well, good news for us, my boys are ready to go with the delivery. Yes, that's correct. You are too late. We're all done and dusted here. Behind me is our very own invention, the Nexus S. Go! Take the Nexus S to the other base. They are waiting for the goods. As a member of the Nexus 4, I must stay and take care of this little problem here. It's time. You had been warned and did not heed my warning. I'll be waiting for us to finish this. If only Red accepted our offer back then, this would never be a bother. I must do what's best for the Nexus 4 and Mr. Z, as agreed. Mr. Z, huh? Fascinating. Ooh, we have a choice here. I'm a lefty, so... Wow, I said that really weird. I'm a lefty. Let's go to the left. Does this take us back there? Alright, this takes us to a nest ball. Something tells me I wanted to go to the right. I will be right back. Alrighty, I'm back to the right. Okay, that brings us onwards, which is pretty good. Please tell me I have a Pokemon with strength. Yes, I do. I had to ditch Gengar for a bit to carry around this Ice-type Pokemon, so I was hoping I wouldn't be screwed by that decision. Oh wow, we got a lot of these puzzles. I'm trying to look at this and see how we should progress from this point. Can I push these back? I can. So I can just push that over that and go through the portal. Wow, this is pretty crazy. Got a lot of boulder puzzles going right here. I think this recording is like 50 minutes or something like that, but I've been doing so much cutting, I have absolutely no clue how far we are in the actual episode proper. So I'm hoping I'm not going too far over the time limit, although I'm pretty sure we're going to be ending things off soon. You came to finish this. You look shocked. Did you expect to find Zane, Mr. Z, here too? He's not on the island. In fact, his current whereabouts are unknown to the majority of Team Nexus and myself. Zane is using facilities like this one to conduct projects for a grand plan of his. We have our orders, and we followed them. I was instructed to terminate you on first contact. Instead, I decided to lead you here, into my own office, to do the deed. Prepare yourself, child, for this will only happen once. Finally, we are getting somewhere. Oh man, at this point I don't even care how long this episode is. I just want to beat the... Oh my god, he has 6 Pokemon. Nexus 4, Mr. G wants to battle. Golem. You know what, I've been opening with Arcanine every single fight, and it feels like every single time I do so, I wind up with the type disadvantage. But yes, it looks like we finally have some sort of confrontation here. Which is good, because hopefully this will terminate whatever it is messing around with the island. And if it doesn't, I'm really hoping it gives us some major progress towards doing so, because the whole no XP thing, I have to admit right now, I think it's bad game design. I really, really do. Alright, got Machamp coming out next. Got a type advantage for that one as well. Let's bring out Alakazam and hopefully finish it off in one shot. Alright, out comes Machamp, level 89. I think that right there tells us that we're pretty close to the end of our adventure, because can't get much higher than 89. Wowie. Okay, good. We pull off a critical. I have a feeling the critical was vital in bringing down Machamp. Get another one-shot. Now we got a Persian coming out. I think I am going to switch over to Arcanine for this, although we don't have any moves that are too particularly helpful in this case. I think Flamethrower will probably be a good one. Alright, how much is Return going to do? Not much. It looks like his Pokemon are not too enthralled with what he and his evil team are doing. Alright, let me guess. Leftovers? Indeed. Leftovers, as I've said before, is just that item that you give a Pokemon when you don't know what item to give a Pokemon. Alright, Iron Tail, that's not too good either. Looks like I've made a good choice bringing out Arcanine, because we're actually resisting some of his moves pretty well, and I have a feeling this will bring him up just enough to be out of the AI's healing territory, and then I think we'll be able to bring him down with this Flamethrower right here. Alright, I don't expect this to do much. Nah, it doesn't. Come on, bring it down. Yes! Very nice. Alright, Cloyster coming out next. Gonna switch over to Lantern, I think. Probably be the best move at this point. Have this Pokemon are down. Let's try a Spark. Although I doubt it will do too terribly much. It's an advantage nonetheless. And wow, that actually didn't do nearly as much as I expected it to, even though it's not that great of a... So that's how it's going to be, huh? That's the really annoying thing. The fact that these battles are a waste of time, and the fact, coupled with the fact that a lot of these trainers use stalling tactics like rest, endure, and of course the hyper potion thing, leftovers, having to sit through the sandstorm animation. It's just really bad game design, I have to be honest. I was enjoying the game up until here, and I'm sure that this storyline itself is going to be cool, but it's all about the gameplay, and I think that this part of the game is probably my least favorite section that we've done up to this point, so unfortunately this is a little bit of a demerit on this hack's bill of health, which is unfortunate, but please don't rest. Okay, good. I really hope he doesn't rest again, although I fully expect him to. And if he doesn't, I think we're going to be seeing a potion come out very soon. Oh wow, actually we're getting an Ice Beam. Doesn't actually do very much. Healing again. I have a feeling Spark is not going to be enough to bring down the rest of his HP though. Crossing my fingers, but I don't think it's likely. Yeah. Oh, and he rests, so he still has his potion in reserve. This guy. And I think he's stalled me all the way out of my Sparks. So that's fun. How's your day been going? I've been recording for about an hour at this point. I have a feeling this episode is going to be quite long, but I suppose we can take it as a bit of a make-up for the fact that we had an actual 2-part DeltaCraft episode last Monday for the 1-year anniversary of the first video. But yeah. Alright, come on. We can do this. I need to upload this episode by this evening. Are you serious right now? Alright, I think we need to switch out and start bringing in some other heavy hitters, because this guy obviously thinks that stalling and stalling and stalling is the way to victory. These are the kinds of people that you hate when you play against them in online mode. And then if you disconnect on them, they win, and you get a ban. And it's just, they're wasting your time. Alright, come on. Go down. Go down in pain and agony. Down goes Cloyster. Rhydon coming out next. We're definitely going to want to switch for that. Let's bring out Feraligatr and hit it with a Surf. Got a lot of cat hair on my desk right here. I guess that's what you get when you live with 4 cats. 90. This thing is level 90. That is impressive. What's even more impressive is that that was not a critical. Kingler. Alright, I think we're going to go back to Alakazam for this, just because I don't think we have anyone that can deal in a higher hit than Alakazam's psychic moves. Another level 90. Wow, this is crazy. Alright, guy. It'll be easier for both of us if you just go down. Leftovers coming out once again, but I have a feeling... Oh wow, that actually wasn't a healing berry. Salac berry. Okay, so he's not holding leftovers, but there you go, full restore. I knew he was going to do it. Although I don't know, I believe the Salac berry raises speed. I wasn't actually paying attention. But I doubt that'll actually let him go before me. No, it doesn't. So, pointless berry is pointless. Down goes Kingler, and down goes Mr. G. You put up a mighty good fight, son. You, kid. What's your name? David. Huh. So my suspicions are confirmed. You're the rascal that took out Team Rocket and Team Saturn, correct? I have failed here today, though I do not regret my actions. Becoming a member of Team Nexus and the Nexus 4, I was able to fulfill my duty as originally agreed. One of my other orders from Mr. Z was, upon beating me, I must step down and award my commanding rank to you. A commanding rank is a unique item given to all of the Nexus 4 to show they are fit to hold the position. This item was designed to work as a key to turn off the Nexus 1. Only a member of the Nexus 4 is able to disable it. Just a warning, but they need to be powered up to be used. You can use the machine on the desk to charge it. And we have obtained the G rank. I will now take my leave, but before that I will tell you, Mr. Z is waiting for you. Hello, David, are you there? It's Axel. I heard you were visiting the Orange Islands to challenge the Orange League. Well, I was wondering if you could help me out again with a problem. I've got reports of Team Nexus movements all across the Orange Islands. Team Nexus is apparently led by Zane himself. This is an issue of utmost importance, but I'm not allowed to deal with it, since it's out of my jurisdiction. Since you're there, are you able to investigate and stop Zane once and for all? I think, after what we have just heard, absolutely. Oh? You already are taking them down, and you got rid of one of their lab leaders. That's great, just what I expected from you, David. Thanks again, I owe you one. Talk to you later. Talk to you later indeed. This past episode, after much frustration, we have obtained the G rank from Mr. G, and it looks like we will be able to utilize it to bring an end to the Nexus 1 and its evil powers. Next episode, we will be hopefully doing just that. Be sure to leave a like and share if you enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.